And we're live.
We nearly missed this because we were too busy talking.
We were chatting, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's 10:32. We better go live." We have like the podcast before the podcast.
Yep.
Yeah, because we haven't really spoken that much this week, have we? Apart from just being in the DMs.
No.
So we were like, yeah, we're talking about all the ones that didn't make the cut because there was a lot. There was a lot this week.
There was.
It has been a week. And we have a jam-packed one for
We
you
do.
all today.
We just have to talk really quickly.
We are. Yeah, we're just going to have to go super, super fast. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Welcome to WTF, Women Talking Facts, where Michelle and I will share the worst, wildest and wackiest misogyny moments from the week and give each one a rating, at the end crowning one the dubious title of Cretin of the Week.
Yay.
We
need some sound effects. We keep saying this. We need some sound effects.
We do, yes. We need some sound effects, and I'm like, I need to put together like a little jingle, a very sweary one. But yes, I'm Felice, founder of Loud Women. I exist to elevate women's voices and help to free them from the patriarchy that keeps them small and keeps them quiet. And then by night, I troll the internet looking for misogynistic men to harass with my misandry.
Yes, and we have been called this week, which is our favourite one, Feminist Maniacs.
Feminist Maniacs. Yes, we were going to call our girl band the Misandress, but we're now thinking Feminist Maniacs. I think I like it. It's got like a nice ring to it.
It could the Misandress could be the first album title, maybe.
Oh yes, I like that. Yeah.
So we don't have to lose it totally. Yes. So my name is Michelle Minikin. I am an organizational psychologist, author, and coach. I wrote a book called Good Girl Deprogramming, and it looks at all the ways that women and girls are forced to behave using various coercive control techniques by society. So yeah, big heavy stuff.
Yes. And obviously the second Michelle and I met over a virtual cuppa, we knew we had to do something.
It's like, what are we going to do? We need to take our hilarity and our brilliance and our rage out into the world.
Yes, we do.
Everybody else. Yeah.
Yes, we do. And so this is it. So we will go through each item of the week, one at a time, give them a rating. If you're watching live, we would love to hear from you in the comments. Just say hello, share your thoughts and your feelings and your opinions about the different topics we're going to talk about today. Now, just as a trigger warning, there are some pretty horrible news stories and content we're going to share today, but we will finish it off with a little bit of light relief in the form of our fuck around and find out segment, where we relish in the consequences that have to be faced by unpleasant people on the internet. So yeah, just so that we don't thoroughly depress you and then send you off
in the
finish off your day.
Yes, we've got the rest of Friday to get through, and then you got the weekend. Yay!
Yeah, we all got shit to do. we can't be descending into a hole of just darkness. So yes, we will. And I do have, if we have time, I do have one that is it is a misogyny moment, but I actually just laughed my head off all the way through it because it's so ridiculous. So if we have time for that, I'll show that one as well.
Yay, we need to speak quickly because I want to see that. I nearly shared Andrew Tate doing a workout, which was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. We'll share that afterwards. Oh, it was cringe. I was like, what is he doing? It's so funny. So
send that to me afterwards then. If he's looking a fool, I want to see it.
Yes. I said to James, send this to your PT and get him to do like a stitch with it, because it's like
yes, I'd love to see someone do an opinion piece on it.
Okay.
All right, let's jump in. Oh, it's just the rapists like to hang together. Yep. I mean, this is hardly a fucking surprise, is it?
No. St. Patrick's Day. We'll get the rapey Irishman in. Yay!
Yeah. And look at it. Yeah, there's pictures of just the two of them together, having a high old time of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's not forget that the US government stepped in to allow Andrew Tate to fly to the US. So I would not be at all surprised if we see photos of him and Trump somewhere in the very near future.
Well, the fact they flew to Florida.
Yeah. I mean, they say birds of a feather flock together. I mean, I would say I can't believe a world leader would have somebody who'd just been found liable for sexual assault as a guest in the White House.
It's like, out of all of the, millions of Irish people, you picked this dickhead. It's like, what?
Ed Sheeran was there. He did a St. Patrick's Day concert in Boston. He would have been a far better choice. Whether you like Ed Sheeran or not.
Ed Sheeran has some Irish ancestry. It's like he was born in like Gloucestershire or somewhere, wasn't he? But yes,
yeah, I think he definitely talks about his Irish ancestry.
There's definitely a song about it.
But yes, you could have found anyone.
Anyone.
Else.
Oh, Garen. His Instagram's Garen Music. He is my favorite Irishman at the moment. He is hilarious. If you've seen him.
Oh, yes, I have seen him. Yes.
He would have been a much better guest.
I mean, maybe Trump asked some other people and they were like, no fucking thank you very much.
Yeah, maybe. It's like
it could be that he's the only one that said yes. Because I think I would say if you're not American Irish, the chances are you probably don't think that much of Trump and don't want to be a guest and be pictured with him.
That's true.
And obviously Conor McGregor was like, yeah, sure. Like, he's a rapist, I'm a rapist. Like, we're just gonna have so much in common, so much to talk about. Yeah. Sorry. He was found liable for rape. Can you call someone a rapist if they've been found liable for rape in the civil courts?
We called Trump an adjudicated rapist.
Okay.
So we're allowed to do that because that's what it came out. It's he was found guilty, but not in a criminal court, in a civil court. So I think we could just take the adjudicated, or I think we could quite happily say they're both racists without getting sued. I haven't got anything to take money off me, so have at it, whatever.
Yeah. And if anyone's watching this clip back on social media, yes, he was actually found liable for rape, because they do like to say it's sexual assault. It wasn't. It was rape. So, yeah. I mean, who is the person getting the Cretin rating of this one? I feel like this one, I just would say men.
We can't. No, I thought
I was ragey last week. I'm so ragey this week.
I know. It's almost like International Women's Day happened and it was bad, and then this week was worse. I was like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
I think I think we just need to go Trump. We'll just call it Trump, and then that includes like his first lady, Elon Musk, etc. So, yeah.
Yes.
The first buddy.
Yes, yeah. Mrs. President Musk. All right. So, what are we giving? What are we giving Trump?
Yeah, it's just like the fact that one of the kids is like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah, please
we
get
feel
me out of there.
Yeah. So I think
that kid is all of us.
Yeah, is $1 billion out of 5.
Yeah,
1 billion out of 5.
That's it. The scoring has gone out the window on the first one, but I knew it would.
One of the things I sent you is like, if anyone can say to me that being convicted of a sexual assault crime, being put on the sex offenders register has an impact on a man's life/career, just show them this picture.
I mean, this whole like false accusation ruin men's lives, even when they've been convicted, found guilty, found liable. It doesn't hamper their careers.
No,
it genuinely doesn't.
Yes, and you're more likely to be a victim of sexual assault than being falsely accused of being a sexual assaultist. Yes. So yes.
Something like 400 times more likely to be the victim of sexual assault. And there's actually not that many men are the victim of sexual assault. No. But still 400 times more likely than being falsely accused.
Yep.
Stick that in your pipe, manosphere. All right, so that's 1 billion for.
I think so. I think we just gave him like a cast iron infinity, to be fair. So out of
yeah,
5,
there's
so.
just yeah, it's one of the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right. This one's heavy. This one's really heavy.
Yep. So I came across this yesterday morning. I shared it on LinkedIn. Then I went and subscribed to the magazine so I could read the bloody report, and had a bit of a rage cry. Poor James. He's like, what do I do? It was bad when we were young. It was bad. I was blessed, if you could call it that, with a buxom physique, and from the age of 13, I was sort of at, unwanted attention from boys was like literally all I got. And literally the boys in the school that I was at actually made up a song about my boobs, and I laughed along with it because this is the way it always has been. And you have to, because that's the whole kind of fight, flight, freeze. They have the fawn response, which was that people pleasing thing that I just went down every time. And so this was based on a study by Girl Guiding UK and other places, and they shared in the article some of the stories, and from girls as young as 9. And this is not the worst one. So this one is, I'll read one out. I could literally spend the rest of this time together reading them out, but this one's like, Mary Rose is 13, likes clothes and makes Pinterest boards to plan her outfits. She used to want to be a model, but she thinks it's too much pressure to look perfect. So this is a 13-year-old. And she says, there are a lot of standards for being a girl. You've always got to look pretty, but you can't be too much. You can't be a pick-me. You can't be fat, and you can't be skinny. Pornography comes up on my phone when I haven't searched for it. Even if I wanted to ignore this stuff, I don't think I could. It's everywhere. Us girls learn about what body shaming means and why it's bad from influencers, but I don't think boys learn about that. I've seen what they all look like. I see what they all look at online, and it's nothing good. 13.
Yeah, we weren't really thinking about this at 13.
No, we didn't have the whole kind of pornography and online.
No,
porno mags and news agents that would like laugh at,
Yeah. I mean, boys were, immature.
Mm-hmm.
And there was definitely boob grabbing, skirt lifting, bra twanging. Yeah, that was, that was an everyday occurrence.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it was as commonplace for what we're now seeing, which is more extreme. And like saying, the report that came out from the Joint Police Commissioner last year, that was the catalyst for calling, declaring violence against women and girls a national emergency, had a whole section in there about school-age girls. And it's something like just over 40% of girls who are at school now have faced some sort of sexual harassment or assault from teenage boys. And that was the biggest change, was that, previously, like 10 years ago, even less time, most of the assaults that were happening against teenage girls, underage girls, were grown men, like in their 20s, whereas now it's from other teenagers. And we're seeing a huge increase in the number of boys, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, who are committing these acts against girls and women. I think they said the average age of the perpetrators has reduced to 11 to 15 rather, because of that lower age group has significantly dropped. And this is, are we sending our girls into school to face this all the time?
Yeah.
And obviously there's the show Adolescence has been out. has definitely sparked the conversation. I've seen teachers and educators have been talking about the rise in misogyny in classrooms
against them as well,
against teachers. Yeah, so female teachers have been coming out. I think we may have talked about this actually on a previous episode. There was the Scottish Teachers Union have been gathering stories from its teachers, and some of the women have had some horrendous behavior from teenage boys. And like at 14, 15, 16, these boys are
big and scary and intimidating, and
like groups of boys like surrounding female teachers and deliberately intimidating them and calling them names, taking photos of them. It's
so
yes.
Sorry, off the back of that adolescence program, which you've watched it, haven't you?
Yeah.
I haven't been able to face it yet, because I know I'm simmering it at like a rage of about sort of 9.5 out of 10, and I think it will tip me over, and I just have to protect my own sort of mental health with it at the moment.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind I have a 15-year-old. He's,
it's not made for children. It's definitely aimed at adults. I don't think kids should watch it. I think there needs to be conversation with children, but I don't think, because people are saying you should get your kids to watch it. I don't, because the show is very much aimed at adults, and it's a very different conversation.
Yeah. So he doesn't want to watch it, but we've talked about it already enough. But it's the comments from people. It's like,
oh,
yeah. It's like things. So there's two main comments. One, she brought on herself, pretty much, the girl. So if you haven't seen it, sorry, spoiler alert, I haven't seen it, but I know enough. So a 13-year-old boy kills a 13-year-old girl. Is that right?
Yep.
And the comments are all, why is this a white boy, for a start? Because this is this ridiculous myth that, children of color commit more, which is nonsense. And the second one is like, the girl brought it on herself. It's like, so somebody deserves to be dead.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people just denying, it's an entertainment show. I don't know why you're taking it so seriously. I've seen a lot of that. Because this show was inspired by two news stories. So Stephen Grant saw two separate news stories a few months apart of teenage boys that had murdered teenage girls. And that kind of prompted him to explore the topic and why he wanted to make the show, which he's talked about openly.
Yeah.
But people, obviously the response to him, well, those two cases were both black boys, so it's not an issue with white boys. I was like, excuse me? And then and then the others is there's spoilers of the show in episode, and I knew when I was watching it, I was watching episode 2, and I knew I just felt so like, please don't do this, because the police obviously saw that she had left some comments on his Instagram posts. And there was this whole big thing about how the adults didn't understand what these emojis meant. And like another kid had to explain to them that they thought it was like a nice thing. And another kid had to explain, no, that's not what she's saying with that emoji. She was calling him an incel. And they were 3 times in the episode 2, they referred to her comments as bullying him. He was being bullied or she was bullying him. And I was like, please don't, please don't, please don't. And what have we seen everywhere? She was bullying him. And there was a woman on LinkedIn this morning who said that, we're missing the point. She was bullying him, and that,
actions have consequences.
Actions have consequences. And I was just like, what? Excuse me? Like, but that's pretty much what we've been seeing. And of course, whenever you see a news article about a woman's died now, I mean, there's people that go around on the internet doing it on purpose. Or what does she do? What does she do? They're doing it now to rage bait people.
No.
But generally speaking, most of the people that do ask that question are serious.
Yeah.
As if there's any justification, as if there's
A murder.
anything. Yeah, I mean, short of her threatening to murder him and it being self-defense, yeah, no, there's nothing that she could have done. It's just like, well, people go, oh, consequences. Just fuck off.
That's that Margaret Atwood quote. Men are scared that women are going to laugh at them, and women are scared that men are going to kill them.
Yeah, which was the whole thing, which is why he did it, because he already had these attitude. He was already saying things and sharing things online and commenting on things online, and she just like basically called him an incel. And I said, if I see somebody sharing stuff that's misogynistic and I call them a misogynist, I'm not bullying them. I'm telling it like it is.
It's like WTF, women talking facts.
Yeah, so I feel like for as much good as it's done, it's just
the backlash, the racism and the misogyny is like come out in spades, which is fun times.
Yeah, you just can't have a conversation about it. People are so dug in their ways of it's a race issue, it's a religion issue, it's an immigrant issue, and until we can just have the conversation about it's an everyone issue, and it's a man and a boy issue, like we're never going to reach a solution if we can't even agree that there's a problem.
No.
So yeah, that was all gross and horrible. And
so what we're giving the Cretin rating to?
Oh, I just don't even know.
Racists and apologists. I don't know.
I just.
Oh, we started off on.
Yeah, we started off with a stylist. Yeah.
2 billion. Sorry.
I don't even know what we're rating with the stylist. It's just, I don't want to be like, I'm not giving teenage boys a rating, because that's horrendous and hideous as well. But society,
misogyny. Yeah.
Brainwashing of young children, all of it. What did you say? 11 billion.
11 billion. We're going to that one again.
Oh, yeah. So that was hard. Okay, and it doesn't get any better. Doesn't get any better.
No.
I tell you what we do. We'll go bad, and then not as bad. Yeah, we're just going to have to do it that way.
Yeah. So what I was really surprised about, because I shared like a Twitter thread with you, didn't I, the day before, with all of the sort of sentence, with all of sort of the mitigation and stuff, and then the sentencing was the day after. So this was the first time I'd heard about this week.
Yeah, I don't remember this being. I mean, the things there's so many. I feel like maybe we saw it and it just didn't. It just fell into the pit of all of the horrendous stories. Or maybe this came out at the same time as the Giselle Pellico, and that was just everywhere.
Yeah,
I just I don't remember seeing this in the news, and it did make me think: is it because the victims are not white that we didn't see this covered as much? Would we have seen this covered more if they were white? And that just hurts my heart, because I know it's probably true. But yeah, this was a horrific story.
Yep. So this young man wanted to be the most notorious killer in history and wanted to do like a mass school shooting, and literally almost managed to do it. And if it wasn't for a couple of policemen just sort of going with their gut and thinking something's not right with this dude, then he was moments away from having everything he needed. He had the shotgun, he had the cartridges, he'd killed his family. So thank God.
Yeah, so the report as it goes was he'd sort of practiced for days. He even bought a special outfit for the crime, and his intention was to rape his sister. His mum interrupted him, so he killed all of them.
Yeah.
He had a shotgun with enough bullets for each child in the class, plus 2 for himself. And it was stashed in a bush near the school.
And it was his former school.
It was his former school. And so they intercepted him in between murdering his family and on his way to the school.
Yeah.
And his reason, I mean, obviously, you know, he has been consuming misogynist content, and he's been studying studying serial killers and Sandy Hook, and seeing this as a way to gain fame and notoriety. And what do you think? The number one comment is on almost every story, every post that I've seen that's covered this.
I know, because you told me.
Yeah.
But it's not surprising.
Yeah. What's his religion?
Yeah.
That's the question that keeps popping up. And again, it's the dehumanizing of his victims.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I read this, and even now it's you know, just all of it. I just cannot imagine what their final moments must have been like. I just cannot imagine, like, the terror and 3 lives lost. And yet somebody else looks at this news story and says, what was his religion? How can I blame immigrants? How can I blame Muslims? How can I indulge my racism with this story? And I just think just empathy seems to have vanished from our society.
I know.
Oh, let's get his face off. Not his face, that's his brother. But let's get that off. Ugh. Told you it was a heavy one today. It was a heavy one. Yeah. Okay.
I don't even know what to give that.
Do you know what? I actually don't want to rate it.
No.
I'm not rating it.
It's awful.
Yeah, I'm not rating it. That feels like belittling it in some way. So no, we're not rating that one.
What's next?
Okay. Right.
So you've been rage cleaning. I've been rage crying. What's next, Felice?
Yeah, I was just this morning pulling them all, because obviously I normally do it Friday morning. I save them up through the week. I save everything that I think I want to include, and then somehow I've got to filter them down on Friday morning. And I was just to Michelle going, it's just all too much. And I just went and rage cleaned my house for an hour and felt a little bit better. Otherwise I would have been far more sweary today. And we do have a man tuning in, so yeah, there would have been a lot
Jonathan's a good man, so don't panic.
Hi, Jonathan.
He's one of the good ones. So
yeah, anything I say about men, please don't take it personally.
He's got some plans to change the world, so I am very excited to know him and know what he's up to. So he's good.
Well, make sure, if we're not already connected, Jonathan, let's connect. I will accept yours. I don't accept this.
I know. James was scared about it, wasn't he? He's like, oh, I don't know whether I should be friends with the Felice or not.
Yeah. No, I get requests all the time, and I've got about 300 just sitting in the connect. Because if you decline them, they can send them again. You have to wait a few weeks, like, I don't know, 6 weeks or something, before you can send it again. Whereas if you just ignore them, they just sit in like limbo, LinkedIn limbo, purgatory, where they fucking.
So Jonathan, you are one of the anointed ones. So congratulations for getting through the filter.
Yeah. Okay. Oh God. I just don't want to keep going.
Keep going. We'll get through it. We'll get through it.
Yeah, this one popped up this week. Ugh.
And they're all dudes sharing fucking pictures of girls that they'd got by, like, I don't know, farming, OnlyFans content, or catfishing people into sending them, like, intimate photos. Like, it's fucking insane. So me and my friend screenshotted everything. Absolutely everything that we could get our hands on to keep as evidence. We screenshotted. There were channels in this Discord server that were linking OnlyFans creators' pages with their Facebook pages, like their personal Facebook pages. There were channels in there that just had folders and folders of images that women had been sending to these guys, thinking like, oh, I'm just sending my intimate photos, no biggie. And yet they're literally being passed around like pussy Pokemon cards in this fucking Discord server. These guys had they had wins list, so photos of girls that they had, and they had wants list. Now, I have got a list in my phone of 692 names of girls that these guys are saying that they've got pictures of. And if other guys want them, they have to trade for them. Like, are you fucking serious? And then there's the wants list, and there's guys on there that are offering to catfish these girls via Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, to get their photos. What the fuck? So me and my friend, we set to gathering information, gathering names, and contacting girls who were on these lists. Now, the thing is with me is I will never send like...
Right, she goes on. So it's a Discord server made up of people in Kent. So it's just Kent. And she said there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of men in this particular space. And they are sharing nudes and intimate photos that women have sent to them and swapping them and then trying to collect sets of women that they know. So she found out about it because a friend of hers was told by a fella that somebody was claiming to have photos of her friend. So they managed to get hold of the link, got into the server, and just took screenshots of everything that they possibly could and have passed it on to the police. Apparently there have been 2 arrests and it has been shut down. But as she said, they're just going to set another one up. Yeah.
It's like the Dominique Pellicoat while she was sleeping or whatever the fuck that server was called. So yeah.
And I mean, if you think that that's the only one that exists, that Kent somehow has this random selection of men that don't live anywhere else and don't have the same attitude, you're wrong. I know men. I've hung out with men, been friends with men who I've discovered have been trading nudes of girls that they've been with without the girl's consent. And this idea that boys aren't going to do it. I know. Yeah. So anyway, she's doing the Lord's work out there, but she has now been going through and contacting every single one of those 600 odd women to let them know that there are photos of them online. Because even though the server's been shut down, the men have downloaded those photos. They now have those photos.
And they'll be popping up somewhere else.
Yeah, and they'll be trading them with other men. You just don't know how far it's gone.
Oh. So rule number 1, do not take nude photos or allow other person to take nude photos of you. Yeah. Because you don't know where it's going to end up.
No, even if you think you can trust them now, they'd never do that. If you break up and it doesn't end well, don't expect men to continue to respect you after the relationship has ended. So yeah, just don't do it. Anyway, so men who share nudes without consent. All right, we're just going to give them a 5.
They belong in jail, quite frankly.
They do belong in, well, it is illegal. They do belong in jail, which is why they've been to arrests already.
We need to build some more jails. I think that's the thing.
Yeah. Just for these sex pests.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Start doing to them what they've been doing to all of us. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then there's this guy. This one popped up this morning.
Time you have sex with a woman require consent?
Well, I would say sex implicitly, by definition, would be consensual. If it's not, then it's rape.
So then every instance of sex would require consent?
Correct.
Okay. So if a husband wakes up in the morning and he has a boner and he leans over and starts banging his wife while she's asleep, is he raping her?
Yes.
He is. Why is he doing that? Because he's horny?
I think because he assumes he has consent.
Yeah, so he's horny. So therefore, if it is the case that he's still raping her, even if he assumes he has consent and does not, that he's raping her because he's horny, right?
No, I don't think that he thinks he's raping her.
Which, by the way, it means that I've raped my wife I don't know how many times.
That's a weird thing to admit.
No, I'm fine with it. Like,
You're fine saying that you've raped your wife?
Yeah, if you think that me rolling over in the morning and she's asleep and waking her up with sex is great,
Well,
then
I
I'm fine with
mean,
it.
she's unconscious?
She's asleep for sure.
That's unconscious, right?
Sure. Yeah.
If she had too much to drink and passed out?
Yeah, we've done that too when we're both drunk. Yeah.
Well, I mean, where she passed out.
Yeah. She's also great me by this metric too. She's woken me up with sex.
Well,
I didn't consent.
I'm
saying while my wife has been sleeping, I've woken her up with sex many times, and vice versa. So did we grape each other?
By definition, yeah.
Yeah. So we're both. She grapes me sometimes. I grape her sometimes.
I think
little grape.
forced penetration is still great.
A little grape here, a little grape there. She grapes a little. I grape a little.
That's weird.
We all do a little bit of graping.
Gotta get
The
him off.
graping thing's annoying the shit out of me.
Yeah, it's just trying not to upset the TikTok algorithm. So graping has just become the new.
Well, surely TikTok knows that now.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I use the word rape on TikTok and it seems fine. And it's also changed the meaning of that word now. So when I see grapes out in the wild, like the actual grapes, my mind immediately goes there now. So yeah, I think I need to stop. We need to stop using it because it's going to ruin wine for me.
I know, and it just it feels like it almost like, I don't know, takes away some of the power of the word.
Yeah, I think we just need to better use the word because it is a word. It's not an offensive word. I don't know why it gets censored.
Yeah. So if you've not watched it to now, Google cup of tea consent video. Everybody.
Yes.
So the second rule of today, because we're clearly coming with rules today, is to watch the cup of tea consent video.
Yeah. It's just horrific. She looks so uncomfortable.
He was so proud of himself.
Yeah, so proud of himself. I think somebody needs to check on his wife.
Yeah.
What are we rating? Do you know what? Fuck it, we're not rating anymore today.
No.
I feel like it's a write-off week.
It's horrible. This week's been like, I think this has actually been the worst one we've done.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Can we laugh at Tesla yet or not?
Do you know what? Let's show the other one. Let's show the misogyny one because it is funny. It is funny. It's like twat, but it is funny. And this guy's done a whole drawing and everything, so he's like really put some effort into it.
Okay, let's watch him.
Do not need men to get bank accounts, houses. They have careers on their own.
No, you still rely on men. It's just indirect now. See, men have always been in between women and the real world. That your office job is not real life. Here's another depiction of that. Here's men going out to face danger and build things on the outside in order to create a safe space for women on the inside. This is how it's always been, and it still is. You just don't understand that.
Just as a correction there, it has actually been proven more recently that women did in fact go out and hunt.
Yes.
And did also keep the group safe. The reason why we think they didn't is because of the misogyny of early scientists, and they weren't any fucking
carry bags.
Yeah.
That's all we do is shop and drink
Men
coffee.
Still do all the hard work. If all women stopped working right now, we'd be fine. If all men stopped working, everyone would die. And that is again because men make all the...
Everyone would die. Yeah, I told you we needed a little bit of light relief.
No, this is brilliant. Honestly, I want all of these screenshots. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm just loving
it's not satire either. Just in case anyone's wondering, it's not satire. I checked.
Yeah.
Food and build all
God
the
in there as well.
houses and the walls, and they used to guard the border. I guess they gave up on that. Women have never done that and can't. Men still do all of the necessary things to create the space for you to have your girl bossing fun time. The way it works is that women are always...
Girl bossing fun time. Yeah, it's just, yes. This girl bossing stuff is not actually that much fun.
Men have the instinct to rush to stop danger.
Yeah.
I fucking love this. We lived in small tribes outside for a long time. Threat. Who's the threat? Who is the threat?
All the men crossed out, and I was like, "Well, if that many men are dying, they're not very good at it, are they?"
Yeah, but what's the threat?
They're that easy to get
the
through.
men?
I don't know. Yeah, it's just a skull, isn't it? Threat.
Yeah. So
yeah. Well, especially
zombies.
because we don't really have any natural predators well, women don't have any natural predators outside of men. And, I mean, I guess there's like bears and tigers and stuff, mountain lions in the US.
Crocodiles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharks.
Anyway, Andrew says men stop working, everyone would die. It's the way he said it, so everyone would die.
It's like, it's funny that actually, if women stopped working, if women stopped putting their free, emotional, caring, domestic, nurturing labor out there, people would actually fucking die. So it's like, yeah, I love it. This dude is just, thank you. You've made my day with this idiot.
Let's carry on. Michelle, a bit
really
more.
Happy for men to do the hard, dangerous work until times are really good, until we build something better than this. And then you look around and you go, hey, men have more than us. No fair. You go to the government, which writes some laws for you, which makes you equal. And then you are disgusted by men who are equal to you. So without equality laws, it's very easy for women to find men they respect. And with equality laws, it's very difficult.
It's the air quotes, equality.
And then everyone tells
honestly,
these men that
not
they're
in the
worthless.
way he thinks he is.
And then they go, okay, well, I don't want to be this guy, so I'll just be this guy. And then they never grow up and they never do anything. And then you hate them even more. So your girl bossing crap is just not going to last very long because women cannot do what men do. You can't do that work of building the physical world. And what you're doing now...
I would like
so women in construction would argue with him, I think.
Women in construction, carpenters, builders,
architects,
architects, oil rig workers. Like
why does he keep pointing at God as well? It's like that's
women in the army, women in the police force, women on border control,
women
like
fire service, paramedics.
All the women literally doing all of the jobs that he just says women can't do.
No, we just shop and drink coffee and go boss.
And go boss, and we just we don't go to work. We just
Lulu whatever bags. It's like Jesus Christ, what's the dog about?
I don't know. Actually, I haven't seen that.
Taking it away from men and having it for yourself without giving them anything back, which makes them go away. And then, like, imagine if you had to build a house. It's not going to happen. And then when men go away, then there is nothing in between you and bad stuff. So you might want to stop being so mouthy.
Oh my God. Thank you. He
That's
is just a lot, but funny.
Yeah.
Stop being so mouthy.
There's there's a trend. I love TikTok because trends just come and they evolve so quickly. So there was a trend a little while ago, which was using the hashtag Run Like a Girl. And it was taking clips from movies and shows of women running away from men. And now it's evolved to videos of women with big fucking scary dogs. Walking, and these dogs, kids as well, where these dogs have been trained, and and women have these big protective breeds that they have trained to attack if necessary. So now Run Like a Girl is like, I don't need to run because this got a couple of Dobermans. Yeah. And I'm just so here for it. And all the men in the comments be like, oh, that dog will turn on you. And there's like, no, because women are really fucking good at training dogs. That is really good at training dogs. But yeah, that one is it just tickled me so much when I was watching it. So I've got to share it.
You know what? I always loved the thought of being able to do sketch notes. And his are really shit. And I'm like, I am awful at drawing. It's literally... Not the best. I'm like, I could do sketch notes. So it's inspired me to channel my inner artiste.
Yes. Okay, and then we have time for one FAFO. So I shared an article this week. Fucking hell. I shared a post on LinkedIn. And it was like a marketing post, which don't actually do those very often. And it talked about the downfall of Tesla and how it's changed from being this kind of elite revered brand to one that people are now burning the cars. They're putting stickers on their cars saying they bought it before Elon did what he did. And I just talked about the importance of aligning your values and making sure that, you know, as a CEO of a business, you don't go against the values of your customers because they will abandon you.
Yeah.
And oh my God.
They came out. It was so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it was like, it was kind of busy during the day, and then I went to sleep, and obviously Americans woke up, and then I woke up at 3:30 in the morning and just thought I'd go in and have a look at LinkedIn, and it had gone bonkers, hundreds and hundreds of comments and reposts, and and people just like the Musk lovers, and all just basically saying, oh, you know, nothing's going on, like, you know, this, all the day traders that seem to think that they know better than JP Morgan, going, this is just like the natural cycle and it's nothing to do with Musk, and people love Musk. And then literally later that day, this came out.
Yes.
One of the
Stock
Tesla,
price,
they've called for Elon to step down, which they absolutely should do because it's their job to protect the company.
I don't think it's savable. This is like, what I don't understand is the people who would buy a Tesla are not the people that would vote for Trump. There's like the Venn diagram doesn't then it doesn't. It's like,
no, I mean, there are still some, you know, there's some
the Cybertruck lunatics that are having things like fall off them in like cold weather, so they're actually
generally speaking, people that buy Teslas want to, they're either good people, they want to be seen as good people who care about the planet, who care about other people. It's it was a status symbol, you know, because they're really fucking expensive. They're generally left leaning. So Elon's antics recently have not gone down well. They don't want to be associated with that anymore. So now one of the investors has spoken up and says he should resign, or he's going to tank the company. Fuck around and find out. I mean, he doesn't care. He's a fucking billionaire.
At least it's worth slightly less this week than it was last week, so that's nice.
He is. Yes, he is. Yeah. And you want to think, apparently he rescued some astronauts. I kept getting that from people going, he's rescued 2 astronauts this week. What have you done? I was like,
I rage cleaned my house. Yes,
I rage cleaned my house and not perpetuated bigotry towards across an entire nation. That's what I didn't do this week. So, wow. Okay, so it's been a week.
It has been a week. We're hoping for a quieter week next week. So please, world, just pack it in. Just stop it.
Yeah. And if you need a bit of an outlet, the trailer for the new series of The Handmaid's Tale has dropped. Very excited. Heard that on the radio just before I sat down. So I'm going to go watch that now. And apparently it's the whole thing is, this is her revenge, June's revenge. And I think we all need it. We all need it. Yes, live vicariously through June on The Handmaid's Tale. But yes, thank you all so much for sticking with us. Willow says, just girl bossing while the men work. Yep, absolutely. That's what we're all doing. Yeah, none of us are the breadwinners or have bills to pay, or
I know,
just ridiculous.
And we haven't even talked about the attack on education. Effectively, Project 2025 does not want women educated, so that's very clear currently.
And of course, Trump is least favorable with women who have a college degree. That's the least favorable group out of all the groups. Women who are college educated hate Trump the most, or like him the least, whichever you want to talk about.
Hate him the most, I think.
And of course, women are now outperforming men in higher education. More often, they're getting degrees at a higher rate than men. So of course, they're devaluing education. Well, higher education, like, who needs it anyway? It's just anyone can get a degree. All the degrees are crap, and That's what we're seeing. Because of course,
Yeah,
when
this
women
is-
dominate something, there's got to be something wrong with it. It can't be that the women are just better.
Yeah, and the fact that JD Vance got into his university as a DEI admission because of social mobility. That's obviously that doesn't make any sense at all, does it?
No, not at all. Anyway, that's it for another week.
Yay! Oh my God, is it too early to start drinking?
No, I just genuinely I feel like that's what I need to do. I need to go lay in a dark room for like the next hour.
Put some Spice Girls or something on. It's like
yeah, and then I'm going to take the dog down to the beach for a walk because that always makes me feel a bit better. There he is now. Hello. Yeah. and then I'm going to do some work.
Cool.
But yes, this was a week. This was a session. I'm really sorry, guys, if we've thoroughly depressed you all, but thank you for sticking with us. And thanks you for listening. And for your comments.
We'll see you this time next week. And hopefully we haven't had nervous breakdowns by then.
Yes. Hopefully we haven't gone completely deranged from it all. But yeah, as always, keep sending us your examples if you want us to cover it. Can't guarantee it'll make it in because it's a very tough selection process and there's a lot of competition. But we will be back next Friday, as we always are, at 10:30, bringing you more misogyny moments. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.